Here's the last lesson, guys. We need to write an equation, or we could call it a function, and then we're going to use that equation or function to make an XY table and then graph the scenario that we see here. A woman is making necklaces and she decides she wants to sell them. But in order for her to sell them, she has to pay them $10 to set up a table at the show. And she decides, for whatever reason, that she's going to sell these necklaces for $20.25 each. For this lesson, we're just going to say $20 for each necklace, and I'll show you what it would have been if it was $20.25 for each necklace. Okay? So, let's build that equation. Let's build the function. Now, if you remember, in our previous chapter, we used things called step numbers and start numbers, and now we no longer call it step, we call it a lot of things actually. Rate of change is probably one of the most popular ones, or slope. And we could just abbreviate it and put an M in front of the X and we say, hey, this is where the number goes. Now, this number is what's going to be happening again and again and again, because as you graph it, it's going to go up and over, up and over, up and over. So it's going to be the continuing pattern. But you always have to start somewhere. And so what I would say is that when we read this scenario, what's the woman have to do first? Well, she's starting by having to pay them $10. And the reason I colored in this plus sign with the start is that if she's paying, she's not going to be getting the money. She's going to be giving them that money. So we're going to make that a minus $10. Does that make sense? Now, the Y is going to be your total, and the X, well, that'll be the number of necklaces that she sells. And she's hoping that she's going to sell them again and again and again. And so that's going to be your $20 right there. And now that I read that just a little bit closer, she's not really selling it for $20 for each necklace. She's probably going to have to pay some own money and whatnot, but she's making a profit of $20 for each necklace that she sells. So this should be $20. So let's go fill out our XY table. X will be the number of necklaces that she sells, so let's label our X column. And this will be the money that she's making, after accounting for the $10 fee and everything else. So, tidying up our notes here, let's go ahead and slide our equation all up here into the line. This just kind of helped us get our thoughts together. If she sets up a table and she sells no necklaces, she still has to pay $10, and that would mean she would be $10 in the negative. But if she sells one necklace, right? Well, you can see that she would make $20 off that necklace, and that would get her to a profit of $10. But if she sold another one, you see where I'm going with this. And this should be very, very familiar to you at this point. So now we just have to graph it. Well, let's table this, or not table this, let's title this Money for Necklaces. We'll use our x-axis to indicate the number of necklaces sold, and since she could sell 0 and it looks like it's just going up by whole numbers here, we'll just run those all the way through 1 through 8. And then let's stop and think about how the money's going to go up here. We're going to need -10, we're going to need 10 and 30. So I think if we just start right here at -10 and go up by 10 each block, I think that should be plenty for us. And we'll go ahead and title it Money Earned. Now, yes, between 30 and 10, this is 20. This would be 0. I just didn't want to make it cluttered with every single number being shown, but yes, this is going up by tens. So let's go use our equation to graph it. Our start number is -10, so that gets us a point right here. And our step number is 20, so that means it would go up by 20 and then over 1 because that was the one necklace that was being sold. Now keep in mind, this means one necklace sold, $10 profit, and that matches up with this as well. Now let's go up another 20 for our step, right? And there we have it. And then we'll just continue the pattern going up 20 for another necklace sold. And I think that'd be enough. Let's just go ahead and draw our line to connect all of our points here for us. There we have it. Now, before I end this part of the video and we go to the very last page of notes, let's go take a look about what it would look like if we actually used $20.25 for each necklace that was being sold. You'll see it'd be very similar, but it's going to be slightly different. Well, you can see right here that your equation would be changed by $20.25 for each necklace. And here's still the $10 fee that you would have. You would need to start plugging in the values for the number of necklaces sold, times it, and then subtract by 10. And this would throw off your money earnings, so it wouldn't be nice round whole numbers through here. And then when you went and graphed these, you can see we're still at -10 and we're still going up by about 20, but it's just a little bit more than $10. And then it just keeps happening over and over. You can see $50.75 is getting closer to an even dollar amount, but 4 necklaces get you exactly $71. And so yeah, that's a little bit more. Maybe that's a little high, but it's in the ballpark, and because we're going up by tens, it gets a little stressful there. And we would wind up finishing 5 necklaces at $91.25. So that's how you'd handle it if we had a little bit of a tougher per necklace amount that she's making. But it's still the same idea over and over and over again. Let's go finish up the lesson with the next video.